Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to XGR, the #1 video game podcast on the X-Band. This is our last one as well. This is our official last stop before Christmas. And so, because they always say, "'tis the season," we decided to discuss season passes. Because that's clearly what they mean by that song.
Tis the season to pay extra, ha 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 ha. Right?
Yeah. Yep. I am your host, Chris, aka The Mole. Joining me as usual, Anastasia Lazenby, or
Hey.
Pew Pew, and Richter Hammer, the stay-at-home dad gamer.
Hello.
And so, we're going to kick it off first with the news this week. Bum bum bum. Who would like to go first, ladies and gentlemen?
I'll go first.
Yes, the form of the destroyer has been chosen.
What? I don't even think. Is it a? I'm guessing it's a Transformers reference.
No.
That's about all I know about that.
You can't see how angry my face looks right now, Rick.
I can imagine.
Continue, Pew.
Alright, for smaller news.
But, based on the fact you didn't get a Ghostbusters reference, I will say choose your next
Oh, it's
words
Ghostbusters?
carefully.
Oh.
They may be your last Persian.
Ah, it was Ghostbusters? I thought it was Transformers. It sounded like a Transformers thing.
They may be your last Persian. But no, continue.
Alright, so an officer arrested a 30-year-old man for trading drugs for video game system that they had posted on an online website.
Hi, Marcus.
The drug in question was the drug in question was marijuana and psychedelic mushrooms. And if you want to trade anything for anything else, that's fine. That's totally all for you. But if it's a legal substance, like in your state or in your country or whatever, don't publicly post it on a public forum that anybody can read.
And I will
because
say,
that was your.
I will say, what you're best doing in a situation like that, if you're addicted to drugs or something like that, you need to get yourself Wii Sports. I'm sorry, Wii Sports is my anti-drug.
There you go. And furthermore, if you happen to arrange this little trade of yours, do not bring your kids with you. This guy brought his 3 young children, all with under the ages of 10, and now these children are in protective custody, so obviously his children are taken away. But yeah, like seriously, you're gonna bring your kids to with your drug deal because you couldn't afford a sitter? Like seriously?
How else would
Come on now.
Well, what else was he supposed to do? Leave him home alone? That doesn't work. And I know you're going to make a Home Alone reference about foiling burgers with a hilarious booby trap, but that does not how it works. You leave your kids alone, you're also screwed. At least this way they got real-world experience, and they got to witness their dad being a deadbeat. So at least they won't have any of that false hero worship as they grow up.
But yeah, seriously, this is just all kinds of stupid.
I'm all wet.
What the fuck? When did I sneeze through the internet and it got you?
I'm basically, pretending for the audience so that they think we're all in one recording studio together. Makes them think we're like a close family.
I broke the illusion.
You did.
Alright, so that's my first bit of little news.
Okay. Then, Hammer. Hammer.
Oh, is that what you... Okay.
Yeah.
The hammer has been thrown!
I just heard, like...
You just heard Steve, but you were like, what? What did he say? Oh, fair enough. Yeah, sorry, I was introducing yours.
Okay.
Hammer.
Gotcha. Alright, so it was announced, I believe yesterday, that Transformers Universe, the free-to-play now MOBA game, I think, because it started as something else and then it became a MOBA game, is due to shut down. And I think it's still technically in beta, I believe, and it has been in open beta for like the last 6 months. So yes, I mean, if you followed some of the development, it might not be the most shocking thing, but it's still like it's like, oh wow, it hasn't even technically been out yet, and they're already like, yep, nope, delete. So
Yeah, I was looking forward to that game when they announced it as a full-fledged MMO. I
yeah.
was like, cool. And then when they said MOBA, I was like, cool. Because I do enjoy like Infinite Crisis and stuff. When I went to play it, it's not like a MOBA. It's just like it's just transforming, going around. The way they did it, it doesn't feel like a MOBA. It feels like a hybrid of an MMO and a MOBA. And it's like a jack of all trades, master of none. It was shit to play. The controls of that
That
game were
sounds.
fucking horrible.
Yeah, that sounds like a mess.
Yeah,
Which is a
so there's
shame. I'd love a MMO Transformers. I know you would as well, Rick, especially if it came to consoles.
that would be awesome. But alas, we will have to wait even longer now.
Or because this didn't come out from the beta and and the company making it has said they're wanting to pursue other interests, like they don't want to do licensed games anymore. It could possibly be the Hasbro say, okay, fine, okay, fine, and do what basically happened with the Marvel game where it was on Xbox.
Mm.
They had problems and eventually it transitioned into Marvel Heroes. Maybe in a few years' time, Hasbro will still be trying to get a Transformers game out. MMO, hopefully, please. Please let this happen.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
See what happened, Hasbro? You made Pew Pew sneeze.
Yeah, I need a Transformer game. It's the only cure.
It is. But no, what did you think of the game, Mick, if you saw it or baited it?
Oh, I saw some of it, and I think yeah, it was definitely more interesting to me when it was an MMO, because they were like touting some of the customization and stuff like that. And then when it switched to MOBA, I was like, well, like I could see how that could work, but it felt weird to switch that, like far in, and
It
I
did.
felt like they kind of switched just because Dota 2 and League of Legends were like super popular, so it didn't feel like that was. It felt like that they made that change to try to cash in, and that rarely, if ever, works out. So it's kind of like, oh, you just killed a lot of your momentum, because a lot of people were really mad about that, at least in the stuff I saw. So
I don't know. Caching game worked pretty well for Edge. Thank you. Horrible pun. But yeah, it did seem pretty bad. And like I said, with the controls, I don't know if you used some, but it was awkward to play
no.
with a keyboard.
Mm.
But speaking of awkward to play, my news, to kick it off first. While it's often the butt of jokes, Giant Software Farming Simulator series is serious business. So serious, the peripheral maker, Mad Cats, is creating custom SkyTac branded farm equipment controls for the franchise's most dedicated players. You can't control a tractor with a racing wheel. You can, but the experience isn't going to be anywhere near as realistic. You need a wheel that's titled upwards with a high degree of rotation and maybe one of those little knobs on it. As luck would have it, that's exactly what Mad Catz, I hope I'm saying that right, SciTech team are working on. Not only are they working on a knobbed wheel that shall come standard with a set of accelerator and brake pedals, SciTech is also working on a custom side panel with a front loader control stick and other useful, properly placed buttons and switches. The new hardware is aimed for a pre-holiday 2015 release and will work with Farm Simulator 2013, 2015 and all future releases. Interesting parties can sign up for information at the SciTech, that's SAITEK site. SciTech site. Thank you. show your foot.
That picture you showed us of it looked really funny. Like, as
I
much
know
as
it's.
I like, specialized controls for some stuff like that. And I do have the Steel Battalion controller, but it's definitely funny that they're like, we need a custom controller for Farm Simulator. I'm waiting for the Euro Truck Simulator one to come out now.
Yes. I'm waiting for the Goat Simulator one to come out.
Yes. Would it be like a leash?
Oh wait, they have one. It's called Oculus Rift, where you put one on to go run forward like a goat.
I know it's been like so many years, but I've had a Mad Catz N64 controller, and that was super shit. So I hope Mad Catz has, increased their controller making skills since then.
As far as I'm aware, their their actual controller stuff did get a little better, but what I hear is that their higher end stuff is actually decent, like their arcade sticks and stuff like that. So like the normal controllers, no, it's not as good as like the first party ones, but for the like specialized stuff, they actually, as far as I've heard, are actually pretty good.
Which makes sense, because like arcade sticks and stuff like that, they can go really good and make them work really well and all that.
Yeah.
With control pads, I think third party ones are never as good. And I think the reason why is I think the first parties may own some of the patents and stuff that stop them doing it exactly like it, which means it just feels off. But you can't. I don't think PlayStation's going. You know what? Let's patent a farming simulator wheel.
Yeah.
Although we're probably going to look at this and think, damn, we missed a beat. Imagine that with Project Morpheus. God, that'd be hilarious. But now, over to Pew for her second news.
Alright, my second news is Smash Brother related. Lately, there's been... What?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you properly because all I could hear is loud noises in your background.
Oh, weird. Okay, so there's been a recent phenomenon going on in Super Smash Brothers regarding versus etiquette, which is actually a positive. A good thing that players are doing with other players rather than bad things and being dickheads. So, lately there's been a ridiculous, I'm gonna say ridiculous because I assume all human beings are the worst human being, but, there's been a lot of really good sportsmanship going on where if some player accidentally dies in like a way or accidentally kills themselves, a lot of times another player will kill themselves as well, so the score is even, so because they don't feel it's right to get that point based on an accidental or stupid death. They want to be the one who actually takes out the player and for it to count. And there's like a number of videos on YouTube you could find about this, where players will like kill themselves if they feel like the other player accidentally killed themselves in a way that they don't like. They want to win themselves. Which I thought was really cool. And there's like another number of ones where like a player would put their I think it was like a taunt or something, or where you can actually type in like I don't know. Something. Well, this guy typed in AFK, so his player was just chilling there for like 5 minutes or something, or I don't know, maybe 2 minutes, how long that was. But he just waited there for the player to come back, and he's like, "Okay, I'm back." I guess that's his other taunt. And then they started fighting again. That's really cool because he could have totally taken advantage of him, and be like, "Oh, free point, fuck you, increasing my global smash power and stuff." So that's really cool. That makes me feel really good about the whole community. They're really respecting other people. That makes me really happy.
And that does sound pretty cool. I will say I do like the AFK one because that can come in handy. If someone goes AFK, then yeah, okay, that's cool. The other one though, if the other players messed up and killed themselves to go do it yourself, I'm like, no, they messed up themselves. It's still a skill thing, as you were skilled enough to not kill yourself. It's like if I kill myself in a game, I expect everyone else to not kill themselves. I expect them to enjoy the fact, hey, I just gave you all a free point by sucking.
Yeah.
One thing that I thought was interesting when I read about it was the person said that was happening in like basically the for glory mode, the ranked mode.
Nice.
And it didn't happen in the for fun mode, which I thought was funny. So if someone's playing for fun, they're just like, you killed yourself, and then they would just still hammer them. Where like for glory, where you think those people would populate, there's like chivalrous or whatever. And it's like, what?
Nice.
This is backwards. What happened? Nintendo Internet. That's what happened.
Yeah, but it's still really cool. Because what if that person was like a little whiny bitch kid? And while that bitch kid
Hi,
doesn't
Marcus.
deserve the point, yeah, well, the kid doesn't deserve the point. At least someone's being nice to them because nobody else will.
Over to Rick.
All
The
right.
weather.
So
I said over to Rick for the weather.
He is taller than me. How's the weather up there?
He may not want to do
it's
weather.
raining.
Yeah, he may not want to do the weather. So over to Rick for the sports.
A team won. Anyway,
They did.
so, yeah.
They won all the football.
They got all the bases.
All 10 of them. What?
Especially third base, over and over again.
Yeah. But now
So,
here's
yeah.
a second news.
Yesterday, NIS America announced that they had some, that they were bringing over 3 games, or at least have dates for one of them, and announced 2 others. Although the first one wasn't very unexpected, they officially announced that Disgaea 5 is coming next fall to PS4.
I've heard of them. I know someone who plays the Disgaea games. Well, who is it?
Victor.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Rick knows I was on about him.
But it's going to be both physical and digital. They also announced Operation Abyss, which was from the makers of Demon Gaze, so it's probably a wizardry-like RPG.
Or a TNA game.
Or TNA game. Operation Abyss. Gotcha. It says it's a dungeon crawler RPG, so I'm assuming.
That'd be amazing if you could play as Abyss in a dungeon crawler.
Why is there no dungeon crawling RPG with wrestling people?
Just stick those,
Because
what was it?
they're probably like,
Vampires.
they're probably like, we don't want to sell a game to just Rick. And maybe the people he talks to, he convinces to buy it.
Oh, yeah?
Strip those vampires and stick them in a cave.
There you go.
Oh yeah, then explain game number 3.
But that one's coming to North America and Europe in March of 2015. And that will apparently, for the Vita, it's a Vita title. And so now Jim is asleep. And then it's also physical and digital. And then the Awakened Fate Ultimatum, which is the pseudo-sequel to Guided Fate Paradox, I believe, is coming to North America on March 17th and Europe on March 20th of 2015.
Nice.
And also both
Yeah, can't wait.
digital. Yeah, the first one was pretty fun. I know no one else played it, so don't worry.
I'm gonna
There's
say,
no quiz or anything.
yeah, I'm gonna say I didn't play those 3 games he mentioned, and I don't think I'd buy them. But it's still cool for people like Rick who do love those games to get them imported to his country. It's like there's games that don't come out into Europe that are out in America and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I really wanted that game, and it's like, nope, no European release. It's like,
Yeah.
like I want my Hakuna Matata, or as it was known in Japan, Africa. I loved the look of that game. I don't know if you guys remember that. Did you see that game, Stace?
I have not.
Basically, it was made by Sony, so it all uses all Sony cameras. It was a safari game where you had to take pictures of the animal, and as you improve, and you could buy a better camera, and it's like Pokemon Snap, but good and on where you could walk around and stuff. And I liked Pokemon Snap, but let's face facts, that Mew level was fucking stupid.
That was, especially like all the way you get to the end and you're like, oh, you got a special treat. And you're like, oh yeah, and then it's just Mew. And I was like, this is...
You just beat the shit out of him and then take a picture. Yeah, that's right. Take a picture of how much I beat the shit out of you. And I was like, it'd be funny if he just has bruises like all over, and blood, and like, is how much you beat the shit out of him. That's what the picture should have been.
Hey, it works for Richter's holiday cards. After Whiteblade kicks his ass.
It's true.
Ha! See what I did there? I reversed the domestic violence. It's now okay.
It's now okay. There are people that view it like that, which is crazy.
There is.
Hi, Marcus. No, I don't know.
But no,
That's only for celebrities.
yeah. But no, like I said, that does sound pretty cool. Like, whenever I see stuff like that, I do think that's kind of cool. Okay, it may not be something I'm interested in, but hey, it's got a release date for another country, which is always good.
Yeah.
But this is going to sound. My next news is going to be weird. Former Marvel Studios boss Avi Arad, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, who did the Spider-Man film franchise, is in negotiations with Nintendo to produce an animated Super Mario Bros. Feature film for Sony Pictures. The revelations came as part of an ongoing coverage stemming from leaked studio emails as a result of the Sony hack via BuzzFeed. The guy then says, I'm the proud father of Mario animated film. Producer Avril told Sony studio chief Amy Pascal in an email dated October 23rd, 2014, with the subject line, Mario. Arad then forwarded Pascal separate images of him with Mario Brothers creator Shigeru Miyamoto, I said that one right, Nintendo CEO Satoru Iwata. I didn't say that one anywhere near right, I don't think. But later of which included the message, Happy CEO, let's get together. It's the mother load. Pascal forwarded that email to Tom Roterman, or Rotherman, who heads up Sony Pictures subsidiary TriStar Pictures. It goes on with loads of things like that. It says he also said he sent a photo of a basket to Pascal and said, "I can think of at least 3 to 4 movies right out the gate. This is going to be huge." Arad informed BuzzFeed that his negotiations with Nintendo were just the beginning and weren't closed as the report said they were. Pascal is also quoted as saying in an email how filmmaker Gendy Tavarsky, no, not even close, who did Hotel Transylvania, Samurai Jack, and The Clone Wars, would be the perfect director for it, but his camp denies he's involved in the project. Nintendo's been reluctant to say the least to make another Super Mario Bros. Since, well, the last horrible Super Mario Bros. Film. But, I don't know, CGI Mario film, that pretty much goes hand in hand.
Sorry. I'll just turn my phone off now.
That would be a good idea, and stop making noises during the podcast. But yes, what did you think, Rick?
That's kind of cool. I'll be honest, I would think of other Nintendo properties over Mario that I would want to, that feel that they are more story driven. Not from that standpoint, I mean, that I would want to see, but I think that's actually kind of cool if it comes out, because there's definitely, we need more good video games transferred to like film and like animation and stuff. Like there's a couple. The reason they stand out is because there's so few. It's easy to do it bad. I'd love more good ones is better. Like regardless of property.
It's like even average ones like Mortal Kombat, which as a film is pretty average. Yeah. I enjoyed the living shit out of it though. And I think if we'd had good video game adaptations, that would be hailed as a piece of shit.
It's
like it's not as shit as all of these. We like it.
Yeah.
I do like that film though. It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Your soul
could
is
have been
mine.
worse. Yay.
It could have been worse. Prove it. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Touché, studio.
Yeah, that.
We need to do a whole topic just on bad video game movies again. But no, like I said, I like the idea of doing the Mario one CGI, and yeah, there are other ones which lend itself to be more story driven and stuff. But I think, ironically, that's probably its benefit.
Yeah.
Because they can make anything up as long as it's got Bowser doing something and I'm going to say kidnapping or stealing or inconveniencing Peach, and Mario saving the day, everything's okay. Whereas if they took, say, Legend of Zelda, and they did it in, I don't know, they got Link to speak, fans would complain. Or, oh, this isn't quite how this version of the timeline worked. Or this isn't quite how this branch of the timeline worked. Or with Samus, it'd be like, oh, you're messing up who she is as an individual, which I can understand because you're taking away parts of her independence if you've given her too soft. Look at what happened with the other M, which was complete shit. Which means I think because Mario has so little in terms of story, they can't fuck up his story. And I know the last one did, which is shocking. But you know what I mean? It's like they got more freedom to create it.
Just when you said Bowser inconveniencing Peach, I picture he just shows up and he's like, I've magnetically wiped all of your credit cards. And she's like, no! Just something really minor.
I've replaced all your addresses with yellow ones. Now everyone will think you're Daisy.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like they're doing a Sonic film. And because now from Adventure onwards they'd start to have a lot more stories, and I loved the story in Adventure 1 and 2. That's not the point. The fact Sonic doesn't have as much story as some other video games makes me really hopeful for the film, because it's like I can almost accept more stuff with it. It's like, oh, this is the reason why Eggman's doing this, or this is the reason Sonic's doing this. I can accept that because there's nothing in the story to say they didn't do that. I don't know if that makes sense at all.
Yeah.
Or if that's a weird way of looking at it.
There's not as much there. You can't mess this up as much.
Werehog the movie.
No.
Trollface the movie, that'd be the same thing.
Yeah.
Werehog. And he
They
kisses a human.
Instead of 3 or 4 movies, they should do what I suggested a while back. But I don't know if you'd agree or not. If anyone remembers that.
Just a second. Sorry, I had child interaction.
Fair enough.
What did you ask? Sorry.
Oh, well, I said to you and Pew was completely quiet as well. I don't know if she heard us. Was I said, yeah, because
her children.
yeah, because they said 3 or 4 films or whatever. I said they should totally do what I suggested a while back for the Nintendo to do with movies, because I'd love that. And that was movie 1, Mario. Movie 2, Kirby. Movie 3, Link. Movie 4, or Legend of Zelda. Movie 4, like Star Fox. Movie 5, Metroid. Movie 6, bring them all together for an Avengers-style story, which is like, and just call it Smash Brothers.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd watch the shit out of it. And I know there's more than just those 5, but
I could see how most of those would be like a movie, but I don't think they could make Legend of Zelda into a movie, because the fact that Link doesn't talk.
Really? Proxy. They'll just copy.
You need to watch this. You need to watch.
No, if they did that, if they watched if they did like the fairy talks for him or something, I'd be all for it. But I feel like it'd be weird having him voice unless they found like the perfect
cartoon. I just.
Yeah, but then I wanted to kill him and murder him and like everyone he met. So,
yeah, but to be fair, technically, didn't he have like a line or 2 in some of the original ones, but they just wasn't voice acted, which means I could understand him eventually having a voice. I swear in one of the first couple of like 2D ones they did back in the day, I swear he had at least 1 or 2 dialogue like responses to people.
Not in the original one, because I don't think there's like any text except the dude who took money for you breaking his door and the old dude. I think that was the only text in the game.
No, I remember one of them where you were walking around like top-down view, but when you
Hmm.
spoke to people, he would actually link someone, and sometimes would reply like "no problem" as he went to go and do his mission or something. So I'm like, he should have a voice, and
I just
I don't see a problem with his voice because it's like, oh, okay, you don't. If someone doesn't like this version of Link's voice, there's multiple versions of Link. He'll be reincarnated as another Link later.
Yeah, I think the transition would be difficult. The only voice that I like imagine is like the one he had from Wind Waker, because he clearly conveyed emotions and had like voices, and he would like "come on," or like his like whatever voice, and like that's the only one that I've heard. But I just think it's a very very difficult transition. It can be done, but for sure, but it's gonna be very tricky, and they have to find like the perfect voice actor. Otherwise, I think like a lot of diehard fans would not accept it. And well, I would love to accept it, and I would love for it to happen. I love to work. I don't know if it would feel right, but I would love to accept it with open arms.
The
But it
same
might piss a lot of
diehard
people off.
fans that were mad about Majora's Mask and hated it, but now love it because it is a 3DS remake.
Yeah, well, the same diehard fans that actually did give the animated series high ratings when it came on and kept watching it, and then years later turn around and complain about how shit it was.
Okay, let's just rephrase the word for diehard fans for dickheads. Okay, dickheads will bitch about it.
They will, but I would argue they'll do that with anything.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not a huge Legend of Zelda fan, really. I like the like 2D top-down ones.
And
Um,
Hyrule.
and oh yeah, and Hyrule. But that's not very much. Yeah. Anyway,
It's not.
but like really, I don't like silent protagonists. Like I got really sick of that. Maybe I played too many JRPGs on the Super Nintendo. But I got like sick of that, so I kind of want Link to talk just because I'm annoyed that he doesn't. I feel that they go to great lengths to avoid him doing that, and it's like I feel like that's what they're trying to define his character with. It's like, well, what does Link do? He can't talk and he has to wear green, and like that's how you define your character. Like that seems really shallow. Like there could be more to him. Nope, that's all.
Yeah. It would be something if there was actually a plot reason he doesn't talk. Like, I don't know, one of the villains had gone back in when he was younger, crushed his like fucking throat pipe or something. But
He gets
Cut out his
bumblebeed.
tongue.
yeah, he gets bumblebeed. They use a spell to take his voice.
That would be actually kind of funny, like if something like Ocarina of Time was there, and like when he's a kid, Ganondorf like crushes, like almost chokes him to death, and it like crushes his throat, and then like it's like years later, and he's grown up Link, and he can't talk because he's got his throat crushed when he was a kid.
I think it'd be
Yeah.
really cool if like they slowly introduced him, as slightly more, than he has been, and maybe like, slowly introduce like the voice thing, Like go have like a few lines of dialogue here and there, and he'll slowly work his way up to full, like,
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
yeah, but I would say for a film, he'd have to talk.
Yeah, he'd have to talk, so that's why I'd be worried about it and very nervous, but I hope
I'm
it,
like,
works out.
which I'm like, I can understand. It's like it's like, for example, Wolverine, famous for being the shortest, ugliest, roughest looking member of the X-Men team. He's the tallest one and was played by someone who was voted the sexiest man in the world at one point. And I accepted it because he was so good in the role, and the films were actually most of them, some of them, less than half, about half were good, and it was a case of I could accept that. I couldn't, but between like I said, like if the Legend of Zelda film came out and everyone was right, yeah, you could nitpick his voice, but who cares as long as it's something you would enjoy, and would probably also make the Legend of Zelda games more popular, which would also, ironically, probably increase the amount of people who buy the Wii U, which would increase the amount of third-party support for the Wii U, which would save your console and also help make Legend of Zelda games better overall.
Yeah. Also, even Samus didn't really talk until the most recent game, and as far as I understand it, people weren't mad that she talked in Other M. They were mad at like.
Yeah,
just the story was correct. Like people weren't mad that she was talking; they were mad at like all the other stuff.
Yeah,
like non-gameplay wise.
Yeah, I had no problem with her talking. I had no problem with the gameplay, like you said.
Yeah.
I just had a problem with them taking away all the strong, independent female-ishness about her, even though it is arguable the her being revealed as a female at the end of the first one was just a joke. However, it spawned into more than what it was.
Yeah.
But let's talk about our topic. Season passes. Oh, I mean, we need to do catch up
What about
first.
catch up? Yeah.
I was about to say.
I forgot about that. Sorry, catch up with games we've played this week, which is our hands-on and opinions based on games that are either old, new, whatever. So just 2 we've played this week. Taking it away first will be the stay-at-home dad gamer, Rick the Hammer.
All right. First game I played this week is a Vita title. I think I put Jim into a coma there. But
Okay.
it's called Freedom Wars, and it's Sony's I think second attempt, basically, because I think they did Soul Sacrifice as well. It's their like second attempt at like the Monster Hunter genre, so to speak, where it's like multi. I know it's a genre now, which is weird, but where they got to fill that void that when when they ditched the PS3.
Oh
But,
no, I was
yeah.
laughing when you said Freedom Wars, and I just wrote it down in the description. I hadn't heard of it, I will admit, and based on its name, I just assumed it was going to be like Far Cry, Call of Duty, first-person shooter style games. I was like, okay, people have heard this, people will like it because it's going to be a typical first-person shooter, and that's Rick. It's like Monster Hunter. I'm like, touche, well played, Rick, well played. You snuck it under the radar.
When I heard you like writing it down for the description, I was like, oh, now I'll let this go.
At least I'm honest enough to own up to it.
Yeah, but it started out less fun than it is currently. Like I still haven't beaten or anything yet, but so basically, similar to Monster Hunter, you go into a mission with an objective. Strangely, it's not always kill the giant monster thing that they show, but excuse me, and it's you go through because basically you start as a prisoner. Like the plot's kind of cool. You start as a prisoner and you have to serve a 1,000,000-year sentence, and the way you do that is by because basically the way that world works is that there's so few people and resources that they all have to like safeguard them, and so if you're not a productive member of society, i.e. you're a criminal, they force you to be productive by fighting off these monsters that are trying to steal citizens and resources, because that's like what the giant monsters are. They're called abductors because they just steal citizens to bring them to another town because like the towns are all fighting each other. But like fighting the monsters is fun because you have like it's called a thorn, but it acts like a grappling hook, so you can like latch onto their legs and like pull like mash the button and like trip them and they fall down and you can go hit them, or you can like grapple up to them and start like onto their arm and just start like hacking at their arm and you can like cut it off and stuff, and it's pretty cool. But like the one thing I don't like is that you're saving citizens, so the abductors have like a pod in them with a person in them sometimes, and you can like break the person out, but then in the beginning it starts really as you have to freaking carry the person to a specified location so they'll be safe. So it's like the terribleness of escort mission with you not being able to defend the person because you have to carry them. These productive members of society have to be carried. And it sucks because there's a mission where it's like, oh, you have to get 3 citizens before the opponent does, because there's like 5 total, I guess, and you have to get 3, and so you win. And that mission sucks because like you get a little helper with you, which is they call it an accessory, but it's basically just a robotic person. And
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say, is that PvP?
There is. I haven't done it.
Oh, fair enough. I was thinking like one would be one village, one would be another.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Because you at the beginning you pick what town you serve, but it's pretty limited. I think there's like 4 towns in America, which is kind of weird. Yeah.
Which would be weird to describe it, but town versus town with how you describe the battles, it's Monster Hunter meets Fat Princess. And I like the sound. I like the sound of that.
But yeah, I haven't tried PvP yet. I don't know if I would, but I haven't tried multiplayer yet. You can go online and do it, but I kind of want to play, more of the story before I do that. And unfortunately, none of my friends have the game, so I'd have to go online and with random people and hope. um, but so far the combat's pretty fun. I just really hate carrying people. And second game I played.
I was going to say, yeah, that was evident from all those years you spent on Showtime carrying Marcus Shadow's show.
Nice.
But don't worry, you're on your own now. You've even got your own show.
I know, and he's not listening to this part probably, so.
Which is fine. X marks the spot. With Rick the Hammer, you're on your own now.
I know.
He's the Janetti.
He got genettied. Poor Marcus. And the other game I played this week, speaking of Marcus, was Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Played it a couple times and then eventually Marcus and I played it. That's a fun game. I do like that game. Whatever that last map we tried sucked. I forget what it was called. It was like there was like a beach area. Because I played a couple times and we played a couple times and I don't think I've ever really lost. Easy, normal, done them both. And that map on easy, we got to wave 7 or 8. It was just, I don't know what was so different about it. And we had two different, because we tried it twice and we had 2 different base locations. So maybe the other base location is better. I don't know, but game is really fun.
I'm in the same boat. Normally when I was playing through that with Crispy and stuff like that, we did nearly all, I think besides the last one, I think possibly.
Yeah.
But we did all the maps on easy and normal and stuff. But I think the problem was, ironically, Marcus was learning the game.
Mm-hmm.
I chose someone I don't normally play as, and you experimented with people.
Yeah.
Which means we were just destined to fail.
I think, the second time I was the cactus, though. The first time I was the stupid chomper.
True, but even when you were the cactus, I was still experimenting, and Marcus was still figuring it out, which means, it was going to end disastrously. It'd be like if we had Pew on our team.
During that run, I would have taken her. It would have been a 4th person. But she probably forgot to download it. So.
Did you just accuse her of being a person? And I'm kidding, Rick. She didn't. She doesn't need to download it. She bought it way back. Yeah, back when me and Crispy bought it.
Nice.
Which I will say, I did totally cheat with that.
Oh.
Like I said, I found the game. I still had the game on disc. I downloaded the free one. I took the gift disc in and traded it in to get an extra £10.
Nice.
So I'm like, why not?
Yeah, there's no reason not to. But yeah, that game's really fun. Hopefully we can do 4 players someday soon here with the Everabs and Stacy. Or I don't. Did you ever find out if Jim actually, at least put it on his account, or did he Jim it?
He completely Jimmed it because he said to us, "Yeah, you said it runs out Monday. It's only Tuesday now," and I was like. It was Monday yesterday, and he's like, "Oh, you meant that Monday?" And I was like, "Yes."
Idiot.
And he's like, "Oh, then no, I didn't get it. Sorry."
Nice.
And I'm just like, "Oh."
What?
Oh, that Monday.
Who says that?
But yeah, it's, if anyone out there listening didn't pick it up when it was free, I would recommend getting it. It is a fun game, and was an active community. I haven't had any issues getting into games. The only thing I don't fully like is that some of the stars, which you need to level up your character, you have to get in PvP. Which is kind of annoying because some it's like, oh, kill like 5 zombies with this ability. That's fine. You can do that PvE or PvP because you're killing if you're playing as the plant side, you're killing zombies. So, but some it's like kill another player with this, and I'm like, because then, especially when you're starting out, you have to stop and then go do that, and then you come back, and it's like, I just kind of wish. And there are the little stickers you can use to skip the challenge, but I don't have very many of those yet, and I feel like later on there's going to be something stupid like kill 5 players with 1 bean, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Let's skip that. So
yeah, I will say the stickers with the stars, I think you get them more in the more expensive packs to to encourage people to spend more money.
I could see
Which,
that, yeah.
I could totally see that. Sadly, but I do like that game. My only complaint with that Plants vs Zombies, I wish there was a zombies
Yeah.
version of with
Yes.
the player versus environment, because I want to play as my zombies, but I don't really want to play online against a load of people.
That would be really nice.
Especially
Even if it was
considering-
like the same idea, but like basically the plants were AI, so you were like assaulting them, just as this. That'd be cool, I think.
That's what I was thinking, the exact same mode, except for you defending your tombstone, or whatever they call it, or
Yeah.
graveyard. But
Yeah.
it was the case of, I want to play as zombies more, because all this month they've been giving away free packs every single day. If you log on, each day is a free pack, but they don't stack up, so you have to do it each day. And you get a free Christmas one. Do you remember those zombies that were dressed like a plant?
Yeah.
I got them dressed as a Christmas tree. And they're actually full Christmas trees with legs and little eye holes in the tree as they walk
Nice.
forward. They're like, who's going to fall for that? You've undone the whole purpose of the stealth.
Hey, I almost fell for that once.
But I was like, but that's awesome. You almost fell for a Christmas tree zombie coming at you on Plants vs Zombies once when they just added it this month.
No, like the other time where he had leaves and stuff on him.
Yes, I was saying who would fall for the Christmas tree version, because the plant one I could understand. But I was like, however, it's so awesome, I can excuse it almost getting rid of the functionality of it looks like a plant. Because it's a Christmas tree.
But yeah, that's what I played this past week.
That sounds fun. Move it to Pew.
Alright, this week I played Super Smash Brothers on the 3DS when I was waiting for a doctor's appointment for like 2 hours. So that sucked, but it is better because I just did the whole Smash run over and over again, and I like that. It's fun. I like how I can like pretty much collect a bunch of shit, and which I'm good at collecting now, and and I can use all those. And sometimes the challenges are like it'll be like the best thing. Like I collected a whole bunch of speed stuff, and it's like run the farthest. Well, fuck you guys. I already got this, and it's just awesome. I can just freaking like Superman, like freaking just run this through and like kick everybody's ass so hard.
I'm gonna say condescending one, Compose. You're having so much fun with that game and you really liked it. Tell us again how you said multiple times in multiple podcasts that the only good thing about the 3DS one is it'll make you appreciate the Wii U one.
Okay, I amend that. It also has Smash. Everything else on it is shit.
Yeah, you don't like it. You don't like when I do condescending one, Compose.
Everything on it is terrible, but Smash Run is good.
Hey, to be fair, if you're having fun with it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I was just kidding.
But yeah, so that's really fun. I wish they brought that over to the Wii U version, because then it would take the one good thing that's on here and then put it to this stuff where there's a bunch of good things.
I just wish they brought back Subspace Embassy.
Yeah. And so the other game I played was, what was it? Yeah, Final Fantasy 14 online. I've been playing that with my boyfriend. It's
Realm
really
Reborn.
cool. What? Oh yeah, Realm Reborn. And I've been playing that a whole lot, and I've been really liking this like one part because he has like all this random like armor that doesn't like match, and it just looks retarded because he has all this like weird armor that doesn't go together. He has this helmet that has horns, but from the side, because the horns are yellow, like if you looked at a side profile, it really looks like a duck, like a duck kind of like a duck bill, and like it has like the lower part, so it really looks like one of those Disney costumes, if you have like a whole like head part, and it looks like a freaking duck helmet. And he's like, no, it's not. It's big, manly, intimidating horns. And I'm like, it is so Harvey Birdman. All you need is a tie, and like, oh god, it's just ridiculous. He has all this ridiculous mixed match armor, and then here I am. I get all this perfect like matching red mage armor, and yeah, and it just looks so awesome and everything. So I really like that. It sucks for him though.
To be fair though, he's a guy. All we care about is functionality.
Oh yeah, apparently. But it's just so funny. He's like, this isn't fair. My costume doesn't match. Blah, blah, blah. It's so funny.
I will admit I was kidding with that because I do like my costumes to match in games. I like them to at least look coherent.
Yeah, I know. He's got like a purple and yellow like friggin' duck helmet. He's got like knee pads, and the other one he's got like little flowing sleeves. And it's like, the fuck is wrong with you? Did you like you're clearly dressed in the dark, or you let your children dress you in the dark? But yeah, it's really fun. I like weapons and stuff. I like exploring, getting rewarded from exploring and everything. It's really fun. Lately, I've having issues with the PS4 server. It's been really like slow and it's been crashing a few times, so that's been shitty. But maybe it'll be fixed soon. So.
Fair enough. Like I said to you, I don't know what's causing that on your end because I've not had that issue in the last few days. But
It was just the Final Fantasy Online, but now it's like all online.
fair enough. Maybe you killed your bandwidth.
I don't know. I have internet and for other stuff.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm
And
talking to you guys. I'm obviously using the internet right now.
lies. We're in a recording studio. Richter is wearing a hilarious homemade Rudolph sweater that his wife knitted him with love. That's what I'm imagining. At Richter's house, he's basically Bill Cosby, minus the recent Bill Cosby trouble. Okay, how about this? He's Bing Crosby. He's Bing Cosby. How's that? Yeah, you'll accept that one. He's Taz's dad.
There you go. That's more accurate, yeah.
Would you like a nice tall glass of OJ? Well, fair enough. The games I've played this week. First up, Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. Ooh. There's 4 playable characters, and I'm going to have to go to my collectible art book to know what they're called. There's Lara Croft, that one I already know. Carter, and I believe his last name was Bell, which means Crispy, so playing as him, as he said. Carter Bell, so he's C Bell, but yeah. And there's, I hope I'm saying this one right, Horus, and there's a woman called Isis. And I would make an Isis joke right now, but I really enjoy living. But but no, like I said, the game's pretty fun. It's basically a Diablo-style game, and I've not played it in multiplayer, so I don't know how all the characters work. I've only played as Lara, and that's the only character I really gave a shit about playing as. However, a game like this, there's probably other people out there that care about the other characters, which is fair enough. I got the season pass for that, and I got the outfits to put her all in like this black survival gear. I got like fucking poison machine guns and stuff like that. I refuse to remove her double handguns because she needs her double handguns. No, you can't remove Lara's double handguns. No, I will not accept that. But it's pretty fun to play through. You go through a dungeon or a tomb, and after you've basically explored or raided these tombs, basically you get like a piece of a god. Oh, and then sometimes a boss, when you defeat a boss and you get a piece of a god, and you're essentially constructing a god out of pieces. And so far the story says that when the pieces are complete, our god will fight their god. So it's like, haha, our god's better than your god. It's basically a whole metaphor for the war in the Middle East. But that's a horrible comment. I don't know if that's apt, but it's a horrible comment. But no, it's pretty good. Like, there's a grapple hook where you can press it and go and climb up. There's bonus dungeons to find with little puzzles in it and stuff. There's like loads of little collectible and hidden stuff to discover each time. And according to the game itself, I don't know, but the game says if you play with 2 people, the tombs will change to reflect the fact you've got 2 people who could both do 2 different types of puzzles. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to that. But that was like 25 quid over here in a gold edition, which was slightly hilarious because I believe Marcus found out the gold edition over there, you have to buy the game and season pass, then buy all the stuff that comes in it And why is Steve making loud noises again?
That's what Steve do.
Pew?
Oh, I'm sorry, my thing was kept beeping. It was low battery, so I took off my headset to just plug it in for a second.
Ah, okay. But yeah, I was saying, so according to Marcus, it was a case of in the US, if you want what I've got, you're going to have to buy the game and season pass, then buy all the collectible stuff in a box separately, which is weird because in my box I got the game, the season pass, a mini Lara Croft figure, which is freaking adorable, a map, an old-timey map paper, and a Temple of Osiris art book, all about the game stuff, which is pretty cool. I'm enjoying that game. Highly recommend that game to anyone. It seems like it's probably going to be shorter than Diablo, but it's like half the price of Diablo, so or like a third of the price, whatever you want to work it out to. But so you know what I mean? You can't really complain if it's like a third or half of the length. So, but I'm enjoying it. And the other game I played this week is WWE 2K15. I am a massive face on my universe. I've held the belt for over a year. That's right, I finally went egotistical and kept the belt on me longer than I was meant to. And yeah, recently on the store today, and I believe yesterday if you're in the US, they added Paige if you got the season pass. Downloaded Paige, already put her in a story mode, and she's already won the Divas title, which is kind of cool because I played through that one, which is good. You can also unlock stories in the universe, and I totally figured out how and why some of them were grayed out, so yay. And I was like, okay, which one can I do out of the historical rivalries? Can't do all of them except for one, and that's on my SmackDown show, because in a coincidental feat, I had Alberto heel on SmackDown and Ray as face, and there is a historical rivalry between Alberto and Ray listed. So I get to play through that, which it's not as in depth as people would like those storylines to be, but it's still pretty fun. And yeah, those were the two games I played this week.
Nice.
So I believe it's our topic, which is season passes.
Woo!
And for those of you unfamiliar with season passes, back in the day, season passes used to be you bought a season pass and you got all the content. Nowadays, season passes mean you buy the season pass, you get some of the content, or most of the content. But yeah, season passes can be good because for someone like me who, depending on the game, I don't do it for every game. I'm not gonna pretend I do. That'd be stupid. But for some games, I like the wrestling game. I want all the DLC, so therefore, buying the season pass actually gives me all the DLC at a reduced rate, so it's actually slightly beneficial. However, like this one, this year, the season pass for the wrestling game is just for showcase mode, and they just released like the WCW pack. You have to pay money for the WCW pack of like an extra £7 or so, which is like half the price of the fucking season pass.
Jeez.
Totally doing it. WCW, totally doing it. I will admit, I will be one of those. I don't like that. I'm going to slightly complain, not overboard. I'm not going to say like fuck 2K or anything like that, because the season pass was called 2K Showcase Season Pass. But still, it seems a little bad. But they've done that. However, I'm still going to give them the money and buy the WCW pack and the NXT pack when they bring out that, and the Move pack. I'm not going to pretend I'm not.
Well, that's one thing I don't like, because when they first, came up with the season pass concept, it was for all the DLC, and then they started doing like, oh, well, this isn't covered, and I'm like, why isn't that covered? And like, oh, then this isn't. And I understand that the only positive thing I'll say, in their defense, is that a lot of times it says what's covered in the description. So someone will be like, this covers the 4 pieces of story DLC or something like that. And it's like, fair enough. You write it there. At the same time, don't call it a season pass. Like there should, you shouldn't have to quantify it of like, oh, well, the season pass covers, most of it. But this season, you made the term season pass, which covers like a season of it, or it should cover like all that's released. If you're not gonna do it like that. Do it in like packs. Like, oh, this is the story pack, and it contains like all the story stuff, even if it's not there. So like, just I don't like it when they just use the blanket term of season pass of it gets you multiple DLCs at a discount. Like, well, what if I want all of them? That's what it started as. That's what, not like you,
Yeah.
the people in this call, but it's like that's what you people said it as. The developers, you're like, oh, season pass covers all the DLC, and they're like, well, now it doesn't. Like, stop doing that.
Yeah, I could excuse pre-order bonuses not being covered because sometimes
Yeah,
they're store
yeah.
exclusive and they have to be paid. Fair enough, but yeah, if you buy a season pass, they shouldn't then release additional DLC, which is then like you have to pay for this. It's like, wait, what? No, that's not how
They
this
really
works.
should. They really should like relabel it, or like how like they had the Walking Dead. They called it like episodes or something, or packs or whatever. Just release it in little mini things.
Yeah.
If you
To be
can't
fair,
like do the season.
To be fair, The Walking Dead was called Season Pass for The Walking Dead. However, it made sense because you got every single episode they released.
Yeah, but
I don't know about on every platform because I know that on Xbox, which was stupid for I think it was Walking Dead season 2. If you bought the season pass, you didn't get episode 1. Like season pass covered 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's like, what? Like, how do you mess that up?
Is that because episode 1 was free?
It was after a while, but it wasn't at the start.
Ah,
And like, you literally had to buy one and then the season pass, and it's like that's
yeah.
like because one they're like, oh, that's the base game, and I'm like, no, the season pass that's an episodic thing. The season pass should be all of them, not 2 through 5.
Yeah, which I completely agree with that. Like, they did the season pass for the first game, it's like it covers all of them and you get all the story, but then they released an extra story mission, like 1.5 or something, which is in between 1 and 2, so it's not covered by any fucking season pass, so you still have to buy it. It's like,
Yeah.
what? But I could excuse it with some of their stuff, like how they, like Wolf Among Us. They released Wolf Among Us season pass. Boom! I got every episode and I downloaded them when they came out. Yay! That was kind of cool. But yeah, there is some of them where it's like, why are you releasing the season pass and not actually giving us everything? It doesn't make any sense to me. Or, ironically, I would accept if they did what 2K did more, because like I said, I'm slightly open to that one because they did label it 2K
Yeah.
Showcase Season Pass, so it's the Season Pass to the Showcase mode. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. But a lot of them just name it Season Pass, and it's like, it's not the season. It's not
But
everything.
with the showcase one, I wish it was called like Showcase Pass or something, so you didn't think it was the actual season, or have an option that's literally everything, and it's like, well, if I don't want the other packs, you can just buy like the showcase stuff, or just I don't know.
Why would you not want everything? Why would there be some packs you'd say, no, I'm okay with? You want everything, Rick. Everything.
Depends on the game though, because like with Borderlands 2, the season pass didn't come like before I bought. Well, I don't think I actually purchased the season pass for that, but like they released like heads and stuff and skins, and it's like, oh, those would be cool to have, and then it's like those aren't covered in the season pass. I'm like, oh, well then I'm not gonna buy the season pass or that. I'll buy whatever ends up being cheaper, but that just bothered me, and it's
It
so
does.
like there is some DLC that I might want, but I don't necessarily want to pay for. Like the heads and skins, like some were like 1 or 2, I was like, oh, that's cool, but I don't want to like pay $1 for them because I'm like, the ones I have already in the game are good. So
Yeah,
It's
I can understand that. I'm like I said, I'm pretty much the same way. With most games, I won't buy all of it. However, with like I said, with some games like wrestling games, I want all the moves, I want all the characters. Like when they bring out a fighting game, if a character's DLC, I will buy that character if I like the game because I want all the fucking characters. I know it's slightly nitpicky, I know it's slightly obsessive and almost Borderlands. What the hell's her name? Pew Pew's territory, but I want it all. I want all the characters. All the characters.
everything.
No, not all my everything. They can keep their palettes that you could download. I don't care about that. I just want the character.
Cause I remember when I used to freaking get like Game of the Year edition, and I got all the DLC and everything, and you don't get that now. And like it's always like you never get all the DLC.
No.
And It's
Yeah,
like,
even you're right. Even Game of the Year editions, like or equivalent of like as much as I like Saints Row 4, they had like a Game of the Year edition, and then now they're bringing out like the Gat Out of Hell expansion. They're like, oh, and now there's a different Game of the Year edition. It's like, stop that.
Yep. Which it does get pretty bad, but I don't know. Season passes, I think, ironically, have become a staple of what I
Yeah.
honestly believe is the season pass is what they want to charge people. The additional one is they're going to make you pay more if you don't bend over and give them those season pass money.
Yeah.
Which
Well, it's a pre-order for digital content, basically.
pretty much, and they say, oh, it saves you money, but I'm thinking it doesn't. I'm thinking it's just that's how much it's worth, but the other stuff isn't, because otherwise they're losing money. Why would they do that? But they know if they put season pass, if they write season pass saves you, even if it's just 10%, season pass will save you 10%. A lot of gamers, myself included, have done this, will see that and go, I'm saving money purchasing.
Yeah.
And it's sneaky. It's nasty and it's mean and it's sneaky.
Yeah, what I always try to do is I wait until like all the content's there, and even because sometimes season passes go on sale, so usually I end up just being like super cheap and stuff. Because and especially at least for me with Borderlands 2, because I got 2 of the DLCs basically for free. I was like, well, the season pass, like half of it, I can't count because I already have those 2. So like at some point when it was on sale, I instead of buying the season pass to get the other 2, I just bought the other 2 on sale and ended up spending way less. So it's like, yeah.
I could see that. I will also say, season pass wise, I think they've done a better job on PS4, ironically.
Oh.
But that's not necessarily a good thing. They've done a better job with season passes on PS4. I assume it's the same way on Xbox One, but I wasn't actually going to say that without actually seeing it. But you purchase a season pass, and it now just reads it and puts it on your account like a service, like how they did PlayStation Plus and stuff. Unlike previous ones where you'd get the season pass for, say, the WWE, and then you'd have to wait till they fucking updated the store to read the season pass DLC that you had to download. Now it's like it's on your account, so you can go into the store and just download it from there, and it's like, yay. But I don't know if that made sense to anyone. I think everyone's quiet.
It's just more and more hard for like 100% people like me who want all the everything.
That's true. It is harder for that. Well, one thing I with how you said it, like puts it on your account. One thing I always thought was silly with those, because they can read what you've purchased. But I always found it funny when it's like, oh, if you download the season pass, it makes all the content free, but you usually have to download it in the game. Like you can
Yeah.
It doesn't mark it free on their marketplace. It marks it free like within the game, and it's like, really, like, if I have certain things, how have you not just tick marked those? Probably because they'd screw up somewhere and make something free that wasn't supposed to be free.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like, really just like it's like the only time that really, well, I mean, it's annoying usually because with which one of the wrestling games, I think it's the only one I bought the season pass for. But you had to like sit there and I had to download them while you're sitting in the game menu listening to that like horrendous menu music. And then like once it all had downloaded, it didn't tell you this, but you had to like exit all the way back out and then reboot up the game for it to take effect. And it's like, why couldn't it just be outside? Yeah.
Or if you didn't with the wrestling game, which has been a glitch for years, it would erase your universe and reset everything. Oh.
Like the for Gears of War 3, that's what the season pass did, was you had to like sit there on the game menu and do it. And one of the updates was so big they cheated and had to split it into 2 parts. So like one of the DLCs had like a chunk for the next DLC because it was so big that it like hit the file cap or whatever for what a DLC could be. But so one of them just by itself was 2 gigs, and you just have to sit there staring at the thing because you can't download it in the background. You have to download it through the game, so you're just like sitting on the menu where it's like, well, we're downloading, and you're like, that's cool, I did, that's why I like background downloads. But it's like, why couldn't this just be marked free? It knows I have it. If you have a digital version of the game, it doesn't tell you to buy it every time. It has a little symbol next to it on the PSN, that red bag that says like, "Hey, you own this." Like, why can't it do that for the DLC?
Yeah, which is like I said, which is why like with the PS4, I'm like, yay, they fixed it. At least so far. Like, I got the season pass for wrestling game. I can go onto the store itself and download the content in the background, and it'll work. I'm like, yay, because like you, I hate doing it in game.
Yeah.
Although it's also worth noting, my Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris doesn't have all its DLC listed on the store, but it does if you enter the store in the game.
Nice.
So I'm like, oh god, they've found a way to go back to the old school one. I don't like that.
Also, I don't remember which Telltale game it was. I don't remember if it was Walking Dead or Fables, but there was one where like it was like Chapter 3 or something was released, and if you bought just Chapter 3, or like let's say you weren't buying the season pass, you just bought them as they came out, you could buy episode 3 like the day it came out. But the season pass people, there was some kind of like glitch or something, so they couldn't get it for free, which they were supposed to until like a day or 2 later. It's just like, wait, I gave you money for this already, and you screwed that part up? And they're like, sorry. And you're like, what do you mean sorry?
I'll assume that was The Walking Dead, only because I bought the season pass for Walking Dead after it was all out and then downloaded it all. Wolf Among Us, because I like the Fable comics. Because I like the Fable comics, I bought the season pass every single day. The second it was up on the store, I was there downloading it.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it was. And I don't know if it was like a international thing. I just know that in the U.S. that happened, and it was like a day or 2. It was kind of minor, but it's still just an odd thing to, that. It's just silly that like you bought the season pass and you can't get it after people
sometimes
that are now paying for it.
No, I understand why they do it, but slightly off topic. That's something I wish Telltale would do. Don't release one game like episode 1 now and episode 2 3 months later and stuff, and something like that. Just wait until you got all the episodes, then release them in a single day. As one game. That would be so much easier.
Yeah.
Sometimes I actually like to buy games a lot later than when they're released, because that way when I know I buy them later, I get everything like with it, and I don't have to worry about like waiting for stuff, or like it'll be clear by that time what is in what and what is not. You buy stuff like way later after it comes out.
And it might even be patched at that point.
Yeah, so that might even unfortunately that could like discourage like sales, like day 1 sales, and you might have more sales when like after it's been out for a while, which is like unfortunate, because that's when like all like the I don't know, what do you call them, like statistics get taken, and everything is counted.
Most of the statistics do get counted like the first weekend or the first week of launch or first 2 weeks, which there are a lot of people who wait till later on to get the games. However, there is enough that do still buy the games day 1. Like, if I'm buying my game, I want to get it day 1. I don't know why. I know it's something that the gaming industry's made me believe, but I want it on day 1. Part of it's just so I don't get spoilers, but the other part is so if I talk about it, it's still relevant. Because sadly, ironically, I think the gaming industry, more than any other industry, evolves faster than any other industry. Like, for example, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z came out beginning of this year. Not a single person here gives a shit about it anymore. I personally still enjoy it, but not many people give a shit about it anymore because it's so old and it's just the beginning of the year. Yet a film that's at the beginning of the year, because you have to wait 6 more months, and then the film comes out again on DVD and Blu-ray and catches new people and so forth, means it gets talked about longer. Like, hell, later on today, me and Richter will be filming on the Shadows More a review of Santa's Sleigh. Why? Because it's a Christmas movie. It's Christmas season. People are going to care about it. We care about it. However, if we were to turn around and then review Little Big Planet 1 because it had Christmas DLC or Elf Bowling or something like that, people are going to be like, really? That's so old? Who gives a shit? It's like,
Yeah,
no other industry does this.
it's true.
Yeah, I mean, even TV shows, you still get audiences like, for example, I've been behind on certain TV shows before now, bought the DVDs, but yet you still feel relevant. You still feel
Yeah.
included within the community. Video game people before now, I've actually seen people online where someone's gone, oh, I bought this game, and they're like, oh, that game, yeah, it came out in November. Way to catch up, noob, and it's like fucking January. And I'm like, it's been 3 months. It shouldn't be this bad.
Yeah, especially one thing that, with games that's kind of related is, yeah, it is definitely geared toward, like everyone buying it day one, and they only really care about the first week or, maybe month of sales, and after that they don't care. And then I read this article earlier where like the person was surprised that so many people that jumped to current gen, like Xbox One, PS4, like their playtime of the 360 and PS3 like drastically fell off, and like sales fell off because as people moved up. And I'm like, why would you be surprised that the whole industry's like pushing people to jump on the new one, in the more recent stuff? Why would you be surprised that it dropped so quickly? That's what the industry's pushing for.
Yeah, it's like I've got a PS3 sat right over there, right next to my PS4. Do you know what my PS3 is used for right now?
Netflix.
Amazon Prime, because I don't really use Netflix because UK Netflix is shit. Amazon Prime and DVDs. I've seen games on PS3 and they've just come out, like the Digimon All-Star Rumble I wanted. And I pick up the game and I'm like, it's not on PS4, and I just put the game back. And I don't know why I'm thinking like this. I'm like, if this was on PS4, I'd be getting it, I'd be streaming it, I'd be enjoying it so much. And it's a PS3 game. Well, that goes back on the shelf.
I know for me, I
feel
discussed
guilty.
them.
I should feel guilty.
Well, I think last week when I was talking about Borderlands 2, one of the reasons that I like current gen is because the recording feature. Like, I swear every time I play Borderlands, I'm like, oh, that would have been cool to make a video clip of.
In fact,
yeah.
I mentioned this to Marcus. The Australian border classifications has listed Borderlands for PS4, and the way they've worded and stuff, people believe it's Borderlands 1 remastered for PS4 and stuff.
Interesting.
I wasn't sure if that would gain your interest. Like, oh, maybe I'll buy it again to stream.
That'd be cool.
And I'll admit, it shouldn't, because it's just a rumor right now, but that greatly affected me the other day.
Oh.
Because I was kind of tempted to pick it up just for an extra game to play with you or Mark or something. I was like, okay, I'm in the shop, and I see Borderlands 1 and 2 in a pack on PS3 for £5. That's like that's like half the price of a fucking amiibo. And I pick it up and I'm like, nah, it's coming on PS4 later, and just put it back. And I shouldn't think that way. I mean, that alone's pretty sad. I've spent more money since October. I've spent more money on figures for PS4 games like Disney Infinity or Mario than I have actual PS3 games. It's like now PS4's out, my PS3's just gone into retirement. It looks so sad. I might have to download Richter's Pixel Face to make a skin cover for it so it looks sad.
I almost want to put all my like bingo earrings on it and put a little wig on it and little glasses.
Yeah, I'm looking at the PS3 thinking, yeah, you're the PS3, fuck off back to the Stone Age. But no, I'm kidding with that one, but it still is, that is the way the industry kind of works with this, which is weird. Like season passes, they read how many people buy season passes to
Yeah.
gain an interest in their DLC. They read first 2 weeks of sales. Yet they complained when people were buying used games later on because that's cutting into our profits later on. But you don't give a shit about your profits later on, apparently. You don't read them, you don't judge them, you don't buy them, you don't read them, you don't give a shit about them at all until you realise, wait, I'm now losing £5. What? No, this must be stopped.
Also, with the season passes, is it me or is like games that would not have had one just have one? You know, like some games it feels like they would have some DLC but not season pass material. Like maybe I'm just, somewhat
Enough to warrant a whole season pass.
Yeah,
Oh,
like maybe
you are completely accurate.
I want like the DLCs in a season pass to be substantial, not just like, oh, you'll get some skins over, it's $20 and you get some skins over the course of 6 months. Like, no, I don't want that. But some games there it's like there's not even like levels or content. It's like little things like get the season pass and you can get all these like weapons, and I'm like, what? that's really little.
Oh, I will agree. It's like my Lara Croft Temple of Osiris didn't feels short because I've almost completed my jigsaw puzzle of a god, my godsaw puzzle. But once my godsaw puzzle is assembled, the game's pretty much going to be over, and it's really short. And they're like, but with the season pass, you get these amount of levels and these amount of content and costumes and stuff. And it's like, part of me feels they should have been in the game, but you wanted to do a season pass, which the season pass is about half the price of the actual game. Actually, no. I may be mistaken. I think the game on our store is $11.99. The season pass is $20.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's how it worked out. I think the season pass is more expensive than the game. That should never be a case.
Yeah.
But yeah, some games feel like they don't have season passes. Some games feel like they shouldn't have had it, but they're like, we want more DLC, which we've talked about in the past, where they seem to hold off content.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're doing the same thing with season pass. Like, we need to bring out more content so we can justify a season pass.
Yeah.
It's like I know for a fact in February the Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse will probably have a season pass.
Probably.
I also know for a fact I'm going to purchase it. I also know for a fact that Victor will judge me. And every time I log on, he'll be like, oh, you bought your Dragon Ball season pass? Yeah, and I'll just hear. And I'll be like, stop giggling like that, Si. So how's your season pass for the Dragon Ball Z game? Because he's a dick like that.
Sometimes. Depends on what they add to it. I'd hope it wouldn't be like, oh, we're going to add characters. Be like, wait, what? They're not already in there?
Well, pre-ordering already gives you Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and apparently some places are advertising a pre-order that gives you an extra version of Trunks, Super 17, and stuff like that. And I'm like, wait, what?
Wasn't the DLC for your character for the Rabbids the color gray?
It was.
See, that's like the kind of shit that's like.
On my Rabbids Land, available now on the Gaming Zone channel under Multiplayer Mayhem, Rabbids, for you wondering. Basically, I was playing with the Rabbids, what the fuck it was called now, Rabbids Land, I think it was, because I do like the Rabbids game, but it was Rabbids Land. Basically, there was a Uplay DLC pack for it that gave you an extra colour, and it described it so wonderfully. And I'm like, cool, what is this metallic, whatever the fuck they described it as? And then he goes, dunks in, and I'm like, it's fucking grey. But I think part of that might be, I don't know, maybe Stacy may have seen it in a different colour to grey. I'm not entirely sure, because I've had that before now, and doesn't mean I don't mean this as a sexist comment, but I've had this before now where like a woman's come up to me before now and said like, oh yeah, you need to, what do you think of this wall? It's all blah 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 blah, and they list like the colour it is, and I'm like, it's fucking beige. No, beige is more like a, and they mention a different colour. I'm like, that's beige too. They're all just beige. That is just, you've just come up with a million different words for the word beige, so you can justify using beige. Because beige sounds bad. Because if you say, yeah, everything was painted in beige, people go, ugh.
As from one person who has experienced several people painting their houses in a time period and always bringing up all those fucking cards, here's the thing: they're all technically different shades of another color, but then the light in your house changes and fucks it all up anyway. So you know what? None of those things are gonna look like the fucking cards anyway. And as soon as you take all the cards away, you're only gonna see one color, and you're not gonna think of all the other colors that it could have been. So it's not gonna matter.
Yeah. Well, I was just talking in general, because I've had people talk to me before now and they've been like, oh, this is salmon. And I'm like, it's fucking pink. Oh, this is a blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it's red. It's almost like that joke that I saw in the picture a while back of women see colours and it mentions a whole shitload, this full spectrum of colours. Man sees and it mentions like the 10 Microsoft Paint colours and that's all we see. And I'm like, yeah, that is all I see. Like, if someone shows me that and they go, oh, this is actually a sky or teal or something, I'm looking to be like, it's fucking blue. It's blue. Just call it blue. But that may be a rant that's completely unrelated to season passes, but still. I don't know if Rick's been in a similar boat. I assume he has, because he's obviously married. I assume his wife's picked out something and she's been like, this is a mention of fancy colour, and he's been like, it's fucking red. Or at least in his head, he's been thinking it's fucking red.
As an artist, I do actually, I know some of the guys, so I don't call them that. So when you buy paints, I'm like, oh, okay, here's my browns. Even though one is like burnt sienna, I look at it and I'm like, no, it's brown. Just shut up. It's a slightly different brown. I don't care that it's got a fancy hoity-toity name. It's light brown or dark brown. It's
oh, this one matches QJ.
It's vaudeville brown.
Yeah, I might do that one day. Go to America, take QJ, and just hand him to a till. Hi, I want my walls this shade right here. Is this available?
The only way I really get like that is when I usually choose a different shade of green I'm all about, So sometimes because on my workspace or whatever, I can customize my desktop or whatever. So I'm like, oh, I'm feeling this color shade of green today, and I'll change it off to that color.
Yeah, but like you said, then shade of green. Therefore, it's green.
It's still green, yeah. It's still all fucking green. It's just like
Rick mentioned with the browns, that's just something that irritates me. I don't know why, but like I said, females and some males, but mostly females from my experiences and stuff like that, from what I've seen and what I've spoken to and stuff, they all seem to get really in depth with what the colours are. And I'm just like, it's blue, it's green, it's brown, it's white. No. Oh, this is eggshell. It's fucking beige.
Oh my god, I can't tell you how many people
This is egg white. No, it's white.
See, those exact people, literally I work with, because all of them have, literally just renovated their house in the last, I swear, 2 months. And it's all about, I don't know if this is the baby's and there's so many babies, okay, and the 6 people had their babies almost at the same time. It's gender neutral yellow, but which yellow do you think you should go with? The cream? It's cream or custard or I'm I couldn't even I think it's because babies, but I just don't give a shit about their babies. But I'm it's fucking yellow. Get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
My PSP is piano black. It's a black PSP. No, it's piano black. That's glacier white. Punch.
It's I will admit, I did take the piss out of someone I know with that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
when they start to talk to me about how, yeah, this is egg white, and they point to their wall, it's just fucking white. And I'm like, no, look at the colour chart. It's egg white. I took the piss and all day kept saying stuff. Oh, could you do us a favour? Could you pass me my egg black jacket? Thank you. Oh, is it going to rain today? Oh no, the sky's looking pretty egg blue.
But at least, I don't know, the fucking baby doesn't care what the color is, The baby's not going to be able to tell if it's, shit on the walls, brown, yellow, purple, pink spots. If you can write a bunch of vulgarities on the wall, the baby's not going to know.
Unless it was fathered by Simon, in which case I'll go, that is grey, that is not silver, my dear. Where's my magnolia crib?
I don't get the point of like choosing colors for your freaking baby.
Simon
Put it whatever color you want it to be, because the first like 2 years of life, it's not gonna give a shit.
What did Victor say then?
I said, haha, Simon fathering a baby.
He could. Sometimes he likes to donate sperm.
It's okay.
You need that money, hand over fist. But yeah, thank you. But yeah, let's not start the masturbation jokes again. But
Give money to Simon now. Save a hooker.
yeah, but no, like I said, we discussed season passes and then went on a tangent about colours, and that's colours spelt with a U because I'm host. But yeah.
We're done here.
We're done, yeah. But no, I was your host, Chris, aka The Mole, and joining me was Rick the Hammer, the stay-at-home dad. Check out his stuff on SAHDgamer, all one word, .com. And there is Anastasia Laserbeam.
Hey.
You can check out her work in any New York public bathroom.
Oh, fuck off.
Or go over to what's your YouTube channel?
Anastasia Laserbeam.
Ah, okay. I wasn't sure because I wasn't sure if it was the Gaming Grotto still, but okay. Anastasia Laserbeam on YouTube's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And join us next week, which, by the way, next week will be delayed. It will be coming out on the Friday because obviously it's Christmas Eve on Wednesday and Stacy's pretending to be Santa so she can, I don't know, make out with Jim. And
Gross.
Thinking people's houses.
yeah. And Richter will
Gross.
be busy chasing his wife around his house wearing just a mistletoe belt. Going, come on, baby. But that's
Slightly more attractive image.
that's a really attractive image.
Respect the mistletoe.
Yeah. But no.
But,
Yeah. So next week, Friday. See ya.